What is going on, guys? It's MarkyB here, and today I want to talk about the removal of Stim and Cloak from the competitive rule set and why I believe it needs to be done. So if you look at both sides of the pond, North America and Europe, both sides really are pushing for Stim and Cloak to be removed from the competitive rule set. And for good reasons. So let me get into this rant. First and foremost, if you look at competitive Call of Duty, let's roll back the years and talk about how competitive Call of Duty started and where it got to up until about the Black Ops 2 time, where we built the foundations for competitive Call of Duty, where esports has always been, and sports in general, apart from things like poker and more luck-based things like that. Sports, esports, all across the board involves skill, and for the vast majority, that is what everyone is relying on. Obviously, there's always going to be forms of luck involved. For example, deflection goals in football, maybe someone hitting a fluke shot. Like, there's always going to be those variations of luck involved in every single sport. Same like a lucky grenade in Call of Duty, a lucky kill through smoke on CSGO, stuff like that. There's always going to be just luck in everything, but you want to keep it as skill based as possible. And with the inclusion of Stim and Cloak, it really brings in an extra element into the game that it doesn't need to be there. It doesn't add anything for the spectator. I don't believe that it helps whatsoever. I think it just adds more frustration than anything. If you look at, like I said, competitive Call of Duty back in the day, it always used to be the most competitive rules, so the best two teams, or one team would always come out on top. If you look at how we built, like I said, built our foundations, it was always on the best teams coming out on top. The teams that deserved to win, the teams that put in the most time, or the teams that were just generally the best would win. There was less, obviously there's always, like I said before, there's always been fluky and luck elements involved, but for the vast majority of the part, it was always the best possible way of deciding the two best teams. Now, right now, if you think about it, the importance of these tournaments and results and stuff is incredible. Like, there's some people who have took time off school. There's some people that are literally committing their lives to competing. I'm just talking Call of Duty at the minute. Obviously, that's the same in other esports as well. There's people that are literally committing their lives into this, and people may make this sound a bit dramatic, but imagine like a result of a tournament match that you're playing in, then results in you being dropped, or results in another team winning that go on to receive a lot of success and maybe gain careers from this in the future. It all snowballs if you think about it, and if your whole career can be, obviously this just sounds really dramatic, but this is a possibility. A team could win a tournament off of a lucky win due to Stim or Cloak, and then it could snowball them. Although they may still be good, obviously to win a tournament you're still got to be very good, and I'm not taking that away from anyone, but there's going to be a lot of lucky elements into this, and I don't believe that that should be a part of competitive Call of Duty, because like I said before, it can affect someone's whole life. Like, imagine, for example, like let's put myself in this situation. I'm in TCM, alright, and we are looking to go on, and obviously I'm not in TCM any longer, just confirming that, but like, for example, I'm in TCM, right, and we're ESWC, we're in the grand finals, we're about to beat EG, and this is on Advanced Warfare, we're about to beat EG in the finals, and we have everything on lock, and Aches storms through the front door with Cloak and Stim on, and breaks the hill, and we lose the tournament. And ultimately, when it comes down to it, because of that result, there may be friction causing the team, there may be other problems that come on down the line, and ultimately I'm dropped. I am left in a shit position, and I don't have a future team to join. I may join a worse team. Who knows what's going to happen? Obviously, I'm talking hypothetically here, by the way, just stating that once again before anyone starts causing any rumours. Talking completely hypothetically, but like, that sort of thing can happen, and I just want to stress that. But sorry, just hit my mic. I'm going on a bit of a rant here, a bit of a spiel, but it is so important to me to have, obviously, I want to have Call of Duty being brought to the masses. I want a lot of people to be attracted to it, and obviously for Activision and Sledgehammer to want to promote that, they want the game out of the box, but at the same time, this genuinely affects people's lives. and I sound so dramatic when I'm saying this, but let me just calm down and just talk about the perks themselves. Stim and Cloak are not competitive, and Cloak obviously makes you go invisible. Not completely, you can still sort of see the silhouette of the player, which obviously you can see them. It doesn't make them completely invisible. But it is, like, see when you're playing at such a high-paced game, you don't like, you used to seeing people like catching them in the corner of your eye, reacting to that, and you don't see those sort of people in dark corners and stuff on certain maps. It is hard to see those invisible people, and it really is luck if you see them or not. Sometimes you'll see them and you kill them. Sometimes you won't see them, they could pick up a 3-piece. Like, there's no consistency here, and that needs to be something that needs to be removed. I know obviously everyone's been ranting about this already. People like Crim6 have done YouTube videos on it. A lot of the top North American pros have preached and preached and preached, but I'm doing my part as well. I think I need to really talk as much as possible about this and let you guys out there who are maybe not familiar with competitive Call of Duty just be more aware of it. So, Stim is basically a Juggernaut sort of style perk. It's an exo ability, sorry, should I say. Let me use the correct terminology. It is an exo ability, which is a new thing to Advanced Warfare. You get things like Overclock, it's an exo ability which makes you run faster. Things like Mute, which makes your footsteps silent, and stuff like that. So, Stim is a part of that, where it adds extra health to you. I think it's 2 times health, it could even be more. So obviously if one person doesn't have Stim and you have Stim and you come into a gunfight with that person's Stim activated, then he's gonna win. Like, I would say 99% of the time, due to him having double health. I mean, it's a very obvious, I'm not even sure if it's double, but even at such a high level, even just a slight bit more health is the difference between a win and a loss in a gunfight, which could then ultimately decide a match. It's inconsistent. I don't fucking like it. And then obviously I've touched on Cloak. It's kind of invisible, not fully, but sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't. Inconsistency once again. Not a big fan of it whatsoever, guys. So I would appreciate it if you gave your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think. There's a lot of people that are against Cloak, but I'm sure there's Cloak and Stim, sorry, but I'm sure there's equally a couple of people that maybe are supportive of it. I want to know your guys' opinions down below. Make sure you like the video. As you can see, guys, I'm very passionate about this, and I don't want to say overthink, but I think I'm looking very far into this, how far it could affect people though. But it is something you need to think about, because it's so massive. It is so massive, competitive Call of Duty, and you literally are judged on results. Results are everything. You're always good as your last tournament, and as soon as you do shit at an event, which could be the result of these 2 things, which are inconsistent, then you could ultimately lose your spot in an organisation, lose your spot in a team, lose your job, lose earnings off the back of these 2 perks. Just think about it that way. Anyway, guys, let me go. I'll see you all later. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Check out my video tomorrow. I'm going to try and be more consistent with these things. Also, check my stream, which is live right now. I'm streaming the 3v3 S&D tournament. If you're watching it as I upload. Also, I'm going to be streaming later on with scrims and stuff with Basic. And yeah, check out my stream. The link's down below. Check out my YouTube content. Goodbye. What am I doing? Oh, what am I doing?